Hi there, my name is Sammy and welcome back to BHS-TV News. We have an awesome lineup of segments that'll hopefully brighten your day and keep you informed. First up, we have Donna, who is illustrating the new schedule implemented by the district. Donna?
This is Donna, and today I'm going to be giving an update on the BHHS updated schedule for the new year and new semester. You may know Bloomfield Hills High School has not been able to be in person as much this year as we were last year because of coronavirus getting more intense and dangerous. This year we had a schedule at first where we started at 9 and ended at 3:30, but now that has changed. At first we had the choice to go in person for a little while, and as the laws change, we now are only allowed to do Zoom. With our new distance learning schedule, we now have an added Black Hawk hour twice a day on Monday through Tuesday and Thursday and Friday. This is basically a time if you need to meet with your teachers and have help with any of the classes that you had on those specific days. Bloomfield Hills is hopeful that this Black Hawk hour will help with academic help that is needed, and we hope that we are able to return to school soon.
Thanks, Donna. I know I've definitely missed way more classes than I'd like to admit thanks to all the changes this year. Next up, we have one of my favorite segments, Fun Facts with Teachers. This week, we've got Mr. Barry and we've got Evan. Take it away.
Welcome to Fun Facts with a Teacher, where we learn new things about our staff. On this edition, we sit down with one of our social studies teachers, Mr. Barry. Without further ado, let's dive right in.
Fact number 1. I love to build roads in Minecraft. Fact number 2. My father-in-law introduced me to disc golf, which is really awesome. Fact number 3. Now that I've eaten handmade, homemade pasta, I can never eat pasta out of a box again.
Thank you, Mr. Barry, for taking time to share your interests with us. Make sure to tune in to the next edition to learn more about our wonderful staff. For BHS TV News, I'm Evan Katz. Back to you in the studio, Sammy.
Thanks, guys. We all know 2020 was a crazy year, and frankly, I think it's safe to say a lot of what happened might have slipped through the cracks. Thankfully, we have Navina with a review of 2020.
Thank you, Sammy. Welcome to 2020 Rewind. We start off with January. January started off with the Australia bushfires, and soon thereafter, Harry and Meghan Markle decided to step back from their royal duties. At the end of January, we had the horrible and tragic helicopter accident that took the lives of Kobe Bryant and his daughter Gigi or Gianna Bryant, including 7 other people. At this time as well, Corona just started with the highest amount of cases reported in that month of 200. On to February. In this month, Trump was acquitted of both articles of impeachment, the Boy Scouts of America filed for bankruptcy, and the first American died of COVID. Also this month, the highest number of COVID cases came out to be over 3,000. Next up, March. During March, many countries like China, Germany, France, South Korea, and America all started to go into lockdown because of COVID. Also, the Olympics Committee decided to postpone the Olympics for another year. During this month, the highest number of COVID cases reached up to 63,000 and Notre Dame burned down. Now, April came around. Not too much happened in April, but coronavirus cases were up to 89,000. We are now in May. May consisted of the Hong Kong protests, coronavirus cases reaching up to 117,000, murder hornet scares, and the Black Lives Matter movement. Welcome to June. June consisted of the Black Lives Matter movement still growing strong and very prominent in the USA. Joe Biden announced as a DNC candidate and coronavirus cases getting up to 190,000. We are now in July. And July happened to be when coronavirus cases hit up 328,000. We had the suspected bubonic plague in Mongolia, and the Black Lives Matter movement consisted in the USA very prominently. Now we're in August. Strong winds are messing up Iowa. California is on a state of lockdown, and coronavirus cases weren't as high as last month, as they were a total of 290,000. Welcome to September. Hong Kong protests continue. Coronavirus cases hit at an all-time high of 338,000. Schools are now adapting to social distancing, and Ruth Bader Ginsburg dies. Not a lot happens in October, but a major thing that happens is that our president, Donald Trump, did test positive for coronavirus, and coronavirus cases hit a high of 598,000. Not a lot happened in November as well. We had the 2020 election, and the results said Joe Biden did win, and coronavirus cases were at a high of 779,000. Finally, we are now in our last month of December. This consisted of the Nashville Day Christmas bombing. The Electoral College affirmed that Joe Biden is now our president-elect, and coronavirus cases are at a high of 886,000. Let's see what 2021 may hold for us. Back to you, Sammy.
Geez, Navina, I think it's safe to say that I'm glad that 2020 is over. Next up, we have BHS-TV News anchor Chloe Modak breaking down some information regarding the girls' soccer schedule this year. Chloe?
Thanks, Sammy. To prepare our athletes for upcoming spring sports, the girls' soccer team is offering preseason training to help keep our athletes in shape. There are many opportunities to get in on these practices through the months of January, February, and March. Be sure to sign up fast as slots will fill up. More information can be found on the Bloomfield Hills High School website. Back to you, Sammy.
Good stuff, Chloe. Hopefully our girls team can still have a strong season amid all of the COVID-19 complications. We're going to take it over to Angel, who's going to be detailing a writing competition that might interest some of our viewers. Angel?
The Colorado Center for Judaic Studies at Wayne State University is currently hosting their 6th annual writing competition. Students in 9th through 12th grade in the Metro Detroit area are invited to submit original work that deals with any aspect of Jewish life and culture. They've suggested themes like, does Judaism have a diversity requirement? The best 2 submissions in each category, poetry, prose, and nonfiction, will be rewarded a $500 cash prize with a $100 reward for honorable mentions. The deadline for submissions is March 1st, 2021, and for more rules, guidelines, and how to submit, visit judaicstudies.wayne.edu/writing competition.
For our last segment, we have Wade Lockwood talking about the new changes that are going to be implemented after the semester ends and how our school is going to be returning to the hybrid model. Wade?
Hey Blackhawks, how are you? Hopefully all of you out there have been able to handle the online school well and healthily, and I'm willing to bet that a good amount of you out there are missing the feeling of walking into school and being greeted by your friends and peers, as well as the teachers that you know and love. For those out there who fit this group of people, I come bearing good news. After the recent board meeting concerning the topic of coming back to school, the board has decided that we will be going back to hybrid learning come February. If you're still worried about COVID-19, it's no sweat. If you don't want to come to school and attend online, you're allowed to do that as well. Say whatever you want, but I think this is a good sign and a possible precursor to the eventual transition back to real life. I can't wait to get back in the classroom and learn face-to-face again. Of course, regulations still apply, meaning masks are mandatory and sanitization will be constant around the school. Though I know school, of all things, is an exciting thought to many of you, remember, do not come if you or a family member has been sick. Returning to a fully regular school year requires effort, discipline, and, as we have learned, lots of patience. That's all the news I have for you today, Blackhawks, and now back to you, Sammy.
Well, that about does it for this episode of BHS-TV News. Hopefully we were able to give you some helpful information, or maybe we just made you smile. Either way, my name is Sammy Kukuru, and thank you so much for watching.